Imagine Earth at 6.9 million years ago. There were no cities, no humans, and no language, just raw nature and creatures walking a razor's edge between extinction and evolution. This was the era right before something extraordinary happened, the beginning of us. But who ruled the planet back then? What was the climate like? And how did this forgotten time shape our future? Let's go 6.9 million years into the past. 6.9 million years ago places us in the Late Miocene epoch. Earth was a very different place. The global climate was cooling, transitioning from the lush tropical world of earlier epochs to drier, more seasonal environments. Forests began to shrink, making way for vast savannas and open grasslands, especially across Africa and parts of Eurasia. Tectonic shifts continued to reshape continents while the Mediterranean Sea nearly dried up during the Messinian salinity crisis, which started shortly after. This changing climate played a crucial role in shaping the evolution of species, including our earliest ancestors. So who walked the Earth during this time? Large herbivores like gomphotheres, distant relatives of elephants, roamed in herds. Hippopotamuses and early giraffes were common across African floodplains. Saber-toothed cats, hyenas and ancient crocodiles were the apex predators. In Eurasia, massive mammals like chalicotheres, odd-looking creatures with clawed forelimbs, and Gigantopithecus in Asia dominated forest zones. Birds of prey, like giant terrestrial vultures and early crowned eagles, hunted from the skies. And in the ocean's megalodon, the massive prehistoric shark still ruled the deep. But here's where things get really interesting. Around 6.9 million years ago, something incredible began. The evolutionary split between humans and chimpanzees. The earliest known possible hominin, Sahelanthropus chudensis, is believed to have lived about 7 million years ago in what is now Chad. This creature had a small brain, but stood upright, a crucial trait that defines hominins. These early ancestors likely lived in mixed environments, woodlands near water sources, balancing life between trees and ground. Their development marked the beginning of the long evolutionary road that would lead to Australopithecus, Homo habilis, and eventually us, Homo sapiens. The Earth's cooling climate forced species to adapt or vanish. As forests shrank, species had to navigate more open terrain, triggering adaptations like bipedalism, better depth perception, and tool-like behavior. Predators became more strategic, and prey grew faster and more alert. The early hominins that survived this era were the ones who could adapt quickly, learning to cooperate, communicate, and eventually form early social groups. 6.9 million years ago wasn't just about survival. It was the quiet stage setting for the story of humanity. Without this chapter, the human saga might never have begun. The creatures, the climate, the changing Earth, they all helped ignite the spark that would become intelligence, language, and civilization. So, next time you wonder how far back our story really goes, remember, before we built pyramids or painted caves, we stood, just barely, on the edge of becoming human.